Today, we commemorate the end of World War II in Europe with the 75th anniversary of VE Day. If we can imagine jubilation at celebrating such an occasion as ending the war that lasted 4 months short of 6 years, that pitched neighbouring nations into mortal combat against each other, that cost monumental amounts in natural resources, money, and the cost in human life, then it is understandable that today, 75 years ago, was a day of celebration, if only for one day. Because back then, life was day to day. Yesterday and the past 68 months had been a time to fight, a time of strife, sacrifice, and separation from loved ones. A time of uncertainty and sudden fatality and loss, hardship and heartache. A time to wipe memories clear daily, a time not to dwell on or to wish for the return of. A time to endure and survive. Tomorrow, well, that will be a time to look back and inquire, to look forward and see what can be salvaged and what needs to be reformed and rebuilt, to summon up new leaders both at home and abroad. For there will be no Roosevelt, and the Vice President who replaced him has only been in that job a little over 3 months. Churchill will be sidelined by an election defeat in 2 months, so it will be up to new narrators to turn the page to that future and read that story. And let's not forget, the war isn't over in the East. We should also remember all the individuals who made up those forces and services and who sacrificed and to whom we are so indebted. Those everyday people who survived and had a tomorrow to face and shape. All of a sudden they had to think of a world without uniforms, saluting or taking orders. They'd have to start thinking for themselves. They would face challenges you couldn't rehearse or prepare for in a drill or on a parade ground. All those years ago, it was a time to say a fond farewell to military life forever. But after all, wasn't that what the war was fought for? To remain free, to remain an individual. So let's recall 75 years ago today. Let us pause, take time out, and let us count the costs so far. Let us admire and respect everything achieved and sacrifices made by all combatants and all those caught up in the circumstances of war. And let us above all feel the joy of a relief and a release. Let us both rejoice war is over, and let us regret it ever had to start in the first place.